Hey everyone, I'm Brian with Aromacup.com, and thank you as always for joining me here in my virtual coffee shop brought to you by Aromacup.com. Today I'm going to be giving you an overview of how to make use of a glass carafe type milk frother. The one I'm going to be making use of is the Cafe Froth Maximus by Bonjour. Now most of these are going to be about the same on average, but this is the one that we had in the studio, and we wanted to show you guys how to make use of this because it can be a little bit confusing, and you know, we always like to show you guys how it is that you can use these other accessories that you may not see as often in other people's coffee shops. So let's dive right in and I'll show you how to make use of a glass carafe type milk frother. All right, so the Bonjour Cafe Froth Maximus, let me just tell you what's inside the box. Pretty simple. I have the box right there, pretty straightforward. It comes with this very long plastic spoon and scoop, which is very useful for being able to get inside of the Froth Maximus in order to get the froth that you make. And then you have, of course, the actual frothing apparatus right here. Now it's got this rubber foot on the bottom of it, which is really useful because you're gonna want to set this on top of a countertop when you're making use of it. And then of course you have the actual glass carafe. It's a 16-ounce carafe. It has a minimum fill line on it right here. There's a little white line you notice, and that's where they suggest that you fill up to with milk in order to make frothed milk. And then you have this frothing wand, and it looks a lot like what we've seen with French presses that we've used in the past. It has this wire whisk on the end of it, but it's a little bit different. It has a lot more wire to it, and it has this extra plastic cap right here, which also helps to froth up the milk. And then it's pretty straightforward after that. This is really just a handle, and what you do is you make use of this to actually pump and aerate the milk. So let me show you how this is actually used. It's pretty straightforward, but like I say, could be a little weird if you're used to frothing milk in the way that we usually see in coffee shops, which is with steam, things like that. So what you want to make sure you have handy is some warm milk. And I've just got some milk in a pitcher right here. Doesn't need to be steaming. You don't want to boil your milk because once you boiled your milk, you're probably not going to get much foam out of it. You also probably want to make use of a low-fat milk, a non-fat milk, something like that. The more fat you have in your milk, or if you're using something like soy milk, you may not get as much froth out of that milk. So now all I'm going to do is just take my warm milk and I'm just going to pour it into the Cafe Froth Maximus right here. I'll go about to the minimum fill line right there. Now the amount of froth that you're going to get is usually going to be governed by how much milk it is that you're actually using in a glass carafe milk frother such as this one. But after you've added your milk, all you need to do is put your lid on top of it, and then you're just gonna, in this case, the instructions for the Cafe Froth Maximus say to pump 20 times. So let's go ahead and give this 20 pumps and see what happens. I'm just gonna start at the very top and go all the way down. All right, that's 20 pumps right there. That looks pretty good. We've certainly added a whole lot of foam onto the milk. You can see I'm definitely way above the minimum fill line that I was working at previously. Now, the good thing about working with a milk frother like this is you can see what you're making. As opposed to a stainless steel pitcher type milk frother, you can actually see how much froth you happen to be making as you actually pump and add air to that milk. And remember, that's exactly what you're doing, is you're actually adding air to the milk. You're aerating the milk. Sounds a little bit crazy. It's not like aerating a lawn so much, but still the same idea. So depending again on what kind of milk you're using, the heat of it, if it's cold, if it's warm, things like that, probably going to get differing amount of foam. But this is pretty darn good for just about 20 or so pumps. I've done a little bit extra right here. So let's make a quick, how about a cappuccino? Let's go ahead and do that. I have the Nespresso U single-serve espresso machine right here. We're not really endorsing this one or anything like that right now in this video. We've done some videos on it. We just thought, hey, why not? This is the one we have in the studio. Let's make a cappuccino with it. So I'm going to go ahead and pop in a Bodum double-walled espresso shot glass and drop in an espresso capsule and just make a single shot of espresso. Now, of course, guys, please remember to join us at Aromacup.com where you can find out more information about single-serve coffee and the many accessories that you can add to your own at-home coffee shop, join our coffee forums, talk with other coffee lovers, and of course, find coupons to save you money when you are adding accessories to your own at-home coffee shop. All right, so we're just going to make a little baby cappuccino right here because these Bodum double-walled shot glasses are pretty well-sized. So there's my shot of espresso, and I'm just going to go ahead and add my milk directly to it. Now, you can see this is actually a pretty good amount of foam. There's actually a lot of it sticking right now to my wire whisk. So set that aside so that you don't make too much of a mess. And now, if you want to get just a whole lot of foam and not much milk, you can pour out a little bit of milk by holding your foam back and then making use right there of the pitcher end that's on this glass carafe. Just add a little bit and then reach in there with that long spoon and add your foam. So you can see that this is really good. This may look like it's not a whole lot of foam initially, but there's still a bunch of foam to be had here. So if you were to be making a good few of these, you would have enough to make a whole lot of beverages real quickly and easily, just making use of the Froth Maximus. So that's pretty impressive when you come right down to it. It's a nice little baby cappuccino right there. Nice layering going on. And, you know, again, this does require a little bit of work because you actually have to pump in order to make that milk. But that only took me about 20 pumps, less than about 30 seconds when you come right down to it. And I made a lot of foam. I even have some left over here to be able to use in other beverages. So this is a pretty cool thing about making use of a glass carafe milk frother such as this one from Bonjour. Again, like I say, you're going to find a lot of different versions of these if you shop around. But this is the one that we decided to go ahead and show you guys how to make use of, also because this is one of the better ones I've actually seen on the market. So, price point with these is pretty easy, about 30 bucks, going up to maybe around 50, depends on where you shop, what you're looking for. Of course, you can always visit us on Aromacup.com to find coupons to save money on at-home coffee accessories just like this one and many other at-home coffee accessories. And this will make your job a little bit easier when you're entertaining a lot of folks and making a whole bunch of different espresso drinks. Make some quick froth milk and boom, you're good to go. So yeah, everyone, that is an overview of the Bonjour Cafe Froth Maximus. Hope that's been useful to you guys. As always, I'm Brian with Aromacup.com, and I'm asking you guys to enjoy your cup. I know I will, and I'll see you next time. Take care.